If this is not improved, how is he going to stand next to these guys? Okay, my legs are bigger, but where is all this?
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So just about when we were hearing this narrative, that based on some of the videos that Hadi Choopan has posted, especially the one where his coach Hany Rambod was making him hit different variations of the most muscular shot, which we all know is the strongest shot for the Persian Wolf. So people had this narrative that he wasn't as much detailed, especially in the chest area, as we are used to seeing from him. Well, this is a direct response to everyone who questioned Hadi Choopan and his lack of conditioning at about 2 weeks out. The thing is, it was more of a jet lag that made many people question his conditioning, because the man looks unbelievable in these updates. And do not be surprised if Hadi Choopan brings his career's best come Olympia this year, and he even beats his Arnold Ohio and Van Pro look from 2019. I mean, tell me if there is even a single guy in that men's open lineup who even comes close to this daring strength of Hadi Choopan when he is just under 1 week out from the Olympia. Easy reps for the front squats in his last leg day. So Hadi Choopan is really gonna milk that abs shot come Olympia this year. He has the best serratus and the best obliques in the entire men's open at the moment. And there is only one other guy who can potentially challenge him in that regard. And that is of course Andrew Jagged. And that too in just the abs and thigh. So this recent update from Hadi Choopan pretty much cleared all the doubts that people had about his conditioning. There was no way Hany Rambod is gonna make him jump onto this year's Olympia stage while Hadi isn't at his best. We have waited an entire year to see Hadi Choopan back on the stage. So I am very confident that this will be an awesome one, and the man is 100% gonna be in the mix for this year's Olympia title. Playing too hard. Have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So we do not know whether it was the huge buzz all over the social media, the Brazilian pages continuously pointing fingers towards the height of Mike Sommerfeld. But this email was posted by Who is the Best Bodybuilder IG page, confirming that all the athletes in classic physique, their heights are gonna be measured again before the Olympia next weekend. And I guess it is totally fair play, because if the fans, as well as some of the athletes out there, they have some doubts about an individual and their height, then this is the best way to clear all those doubts. So the one guy that kind of benefits from this whole situation, that is Terence Ruffin, the only one in that potential top 3 who will have zero issues making the weight, while Ramondino and Mike Sommerfeld, they are gonna be a bit worried. Now kind of unbelievable how it was Mike himself and him stating his own height in his own YouTube video about 2 weeks out, which made the Brazilian fans and the Brazilian bodybuilding media to look deep into that affair and into his past, and putting some real questions out there about what Mike's true height is. And the IFBB, they did the best possible thing to clear all those doubts. So Mike Sommerfeld himself looked extremely calm today, and it will most probably be a buzz on social media and nothing else. So at 2.5 weeks out, Mike was about 12 pounds heavier than his classic weight cutoff, and that is plenty of time to lose that much weight. I mean, all these guys, they lose 5 to 7 pounds anyway, just a couple of days before the show. So this is going to be easy work for him. Just take a look at all these comments regarding the reigning Arnold champion Derek Lunsford. Just 1 week out from the Olympia this year, no one has gotten more disrespect than Derek as the former Olympia champion. And what's funny is that this is the same guy who humbled everyone by beating the reigning Olympia champion Samson Dauda at the Arnold this year. And his naysayers, they are all sticking to one narrative, the lack of separation in his arms. And the thing is, if that was such a big issue, why did the judges, they did not mark him down at this year's Arnold and also at the Pittsburgh Pro this year? And why did Derek got those straight first place scores at the Arnold Ohio against Samson Dauda, especially at the prejudging? Now, I'm not sitting here trying to convince anyone that he's gonna win this year's Olympia, but if he peaks exactly the same as he did for the Arnold Ohio this year, and with the rumor circulating that his legs are absolutely gigantic this time, and they're also ribbed, dry, and pretty much separated all over. So will you guys be shocked if he wins the entire thing, just the way he did back in 2023 and this year at the Arnold? So other than the Pittsburgh Pro, when was the last time Derek wasn't in shape? Even last year at the Olympia, when he got third, he wasn't off, he was shredded. He just lost his legs, and that is why he was marked down. And you better believe that Derek is gonna show up with some humongous legs this time around. So Derek and Chris Aceto, they did the exact same thing while peaking for the Arnold. And yes, he doesn't look as hot and as dry as, let's say, the Mutant or Samson Dauda. But it simply doesn't matter how anyone looks a week or 2 weeks out of the show. These guys will be judged on the day of the show, coming Friday at the prejudging. So again, anyone sleeping on Derek, even after hearing these comments from Jose Raymond, Dennis James, and all these guys who are known to have some great eye for bodybuilding, they are making a big mistake.
I'm pretty confident he's going to be his best.
Okay. Well, if you say that, now listen, I doubted him a couple of times. I doubted him before the Arnold. Not doubted him, but I didn't expect him to be that great. So if he's at his best, yeah, he can win the Olympia.
His legs are unreal. They look incredible. Separated, striated, huge.
But 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out.
Next up, we have an update from Baros Dabani, the step-by-step peaking protocol that begins for Behrouz as he goes through some final workouts with his coach Milos Sarcev. So this has to be the most exciting addition to the men's Open Olympia lineup, because Baros Dabani is truly that wild card who has been untested against any of those top 6. Now this should not be considered an Olympia debut for him. He has been ready to step on the stage since 2022, and Baros Dabani has made quite some impressive improvements since that time. Now, in terms of his upper body, Baros Dabani is gonna be very combative against all the guys, even in that first call out. But there wasn't enough time for him to make some considerable and noticeable improvements, especially on his squats from the front, because that is the place where he will most probably get exposed. Now we know Milos thinks that he can be top 3 at his Olympia debut this year, or maybe even win. But that is a huge ask. He literally has to beat an Olympia champion in order to be top 3. Now, based on his past track record, he can expose any top guy if they miss their mark in terms of conditioning, as there hasn't been a single instance, a single time since 2021 where we saw Baros Dabani coming in off and not showing up absolutely ripped to the bone. Plus, the man has got an amazing shape. So first in-person check-in of Logan Franklin done with his coach Patrick Tour. And if the man is looking this good while being totally flat and depleted, imagine the muscularity when he is all loaded up, when they bring his physique back to life. Now we obviously did not see the best of Logan at this year's Florida Pro. The thing is, the best wasn't required in order for him to win that show and secure his Olympia spot. But they are aiming to beat his Arnold Ohio look from this year, and that too by quite some margin, come Olympia this year. Now I have said this before, and I will say it again, for Logan to jump from 13th, which was his placing last year at the Olympia, to even top 5, that will be such a big jump and such a huge accomplishment, as this will be the biggest jump by anyone in that entire classic physique division. So he made some very impressive gains when it comes to his back since this year's Arnold, which was the biggest point of concern when he battled it out with Mike Sommerfeld, Matt Drago, and all these other guys at the Arnold Ohio this year. So we can all agree that he perfectly fits the definition or what classic truly means. And with the added muscle, Logan is looking extremely dangerous. So hit the thumbs up button if you like the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.